all-knowing and all-powerful, starting with the elderly wolf uncle chapter 108. We planted a bomb here that will make those people understand that Batman can't save Gotham City, he can't even save himself. The smile on the woman's face suddenly became more and more distorted. Good night, Dark Knight. No, calm down, Jessica. Bruce. Seeing this, Wayne couldn't help but widen his eyes, and shouted to stop the other party. It's just that Jessica is not moved at all, and her finger has already pressed the button on the remote control. Yet the next second, Jessica's fingers froze, and the whole person froze in place. Bruce. Seeing this, Wayne was also stunned. Suddenly, everything around fell silent, except for the crackling of the old mansion. The flames shining from the roaring flames will stand opposite Bruce. Wayne and Jessica cast two pitch-black shadows on the ground that kept swinging. Trample, trample. A sound of footsteps came from Bruce. Wayne came from behind. He turned his head to look. The one who came was really Chen Tian. Bruce, you should always believe what I say this time, right? Chen Tian came over and patted Bruce. Wayne's shoulder calmly spoke. Everyone always hides the darkest side in their hearts, and they only need an opportunity to release it proudly. Quote. That's true for anyone, Bruce. Wayne's expression was extremely complicated when he heard this, and he glanced at Jessica, who was already frozen in place, and quietly sighed with relief. Thank you, he spoke softly, with a bit of exhaustion. You damn wizard, get me out of the way. Do you think that by talking about the big truth, you can cover up the fact that you are also a butcher? It's all killing. What's the difference between us? You are also a scum who deserves to be removed. Jessica still uses Harvey. Dante's voice scolded. It seems that in the eyes of this Harvey Dent, all the people who can be seen are maggots wriggling in the bottomless abyss. You'd better send her to Arkham Asylum. Personality splitting is such a thing, the brain has been damaged, and it is not just a psychological problem. Chen Tian stopped what the other party said and turned to Bruce. Wayne laughed. Bruce. Wayne took a deep look at Jessica, who had a distorted expression at this time, and took a breath. Okay, but before that, can you help me recover her? Quote. Saying that, he immediately added, I am willing to pay 1,000,000 knives for this. He already knew that Chen Tian was able to control his mind. Meanwhile, Wayne couldn't longer accept continuing to look at Jessica as she was. Yes. Chen Tian thought for a moment and frowned, but I don't need money, I just hope you can quickly find what I want. Quote. Immediately, he took out the kryptonite picture drawn in advance and handed it to Bruce. Wayne Zero waited for the other party to take it. Chen Tian walked slowly in front of Jessica. What do you strange wizard want to do? In the frightened gaze and scolding of the other party, he gently raised his hand and pointed at the woman's eyebrows. Jessica's second personality, Harvey Dante, suddenly realizing that he was going to be erased, immediately cursed. Shet, you damn wizard, let go of your hand. Quote. I understand the essence of Gotham City, and now I am the most sober. Why do you always have such hostility towards someone who holds the truth? As a result, the curse in the other party's mouth did not continue, and the words in his mouth were instantly replaced by a scream. Chen Tian didn't care about what the other party said at all. Whatever she scolds, it doesn't matter. Suddenly activated the psychic ability. Next second, the scream stopped abruptly. Jessica's master personality returns, and the crazy sub-personality born after the Riddler's attack suddenly disappears without a trace. His originally twisted and hideous face immediately relaxed, and then his whole body slumped directly on the ground. Bruce, I'm sorry. Jessica raised her head, and her whole pretty face was once again covered with tears. The words did not fall. Jessica lost consciousness, closed her eyes and fainted on the ground. Jessica. Bruce. Seeing this, Wayne rushed up and hugged the unconscious Jessica, confirming that the other party was only unconscious, and the rest of his vital signs were stable. Only then did he raise his head and say seriously to Chen Tian again, thank you. Then, Catwoman arrived in a hurry, and after seeing Chen Tian's move, she couldn't help but scold secretly, freak. At the same time, he was angry, and he had obviously come with him just now. Then, in the blink of an eye, Chen Tian had already disappeared. When he came here, he found that this mysterious boy had actually arrived at the scene by himself. However, Catwoman's expression when she looked at Chen Tian also changed, and she always felt that the other party had a mysterious charm that attracted her. And when Chen Tian heard the word freak, he couldn't help but turn his head and ridicule Catwoman. Little kitten, isn't it well behaved again? After this sentence, Catwoman Selina paused, pursed her lips and was a little speechless. Does this guy have to tease her every time? However, she also inexplicably found that she seemed to be less resistant to Chen Tian's slightly offensive words. Then his face became weird. Secretly said, oops, then. But there was a long siren sound, which began to come from far and near. Finally, some police began to rush this way. It's time for us to go. Chen Tian immediately spoke. Good. Bruce. Wayne nodded, put Jessica in a safe and conspicuous position, and waited for the police car to come into view before he left with him. Not for a while. The police arrived and indeed found Jessica lying on the ground for the first time. Why is the mayor here? Damn it, it must have been kidnapped by those rioters. Quote. Hurry up and see if the mayor is okay. Time is ticking. In Gotham City, the Grand Riot Carnival was finally quelled by 317 with the assistance of the Dark Knight. Afterwards, a rooftop overlooking all the previous rioted streets. Chen Tian's 3 people, standing here in this Demon King, this devastated city after experiencing chaos and madness. Alas. Bruce. Wayne looked at it for a long time and couldn't help but sigh in a low voice, I thought that this city would be crazy. But I didn't expect that the people around me would also have such an experience. Quote, when I learned that Jessica was even the initiator of this riot, I almost wondered if there really was no light in this world. What I've done, doesn't it really make sense? Chen Tian did not speak when he heard this. Just thought, Bruce Wayne, why aren't you a crazy person? At this time, Bruce Wayne's cell phone rang. What's wrong with AFU? He picked up the phone. Chapter 1.